Hmm. You are live. Hey everybody, hey single moms, hey single moms. Yeah. Let's level up. Let's level up. So let me do my thing and check and make sure that you guys can hear me. Um Facebook is doing some brand new stuff. I don't like it. I don't like it. There was a new setup when I went to groups. Facebook is doing some brand new stuff. There we go. I don't like it. Yes, you guys can hear me. That's good. That's good. Well, I mean, because we talked about that. We talked about that over this week about how is change is a challenge, and change makes us uncomfortable. So we talked about that, and yeah, change is uncomfortable because we then have to switch um and make it work. You know what I'm saying? We got to switch and make it work. Hey Stacy, thank you for joining on live. Thank you to everyone that is watching in the Single Moms Club and those that are watching on the Single Moms Level Up YouTube channel. My name is Bess, and I am the co-creator and founder of both. And today is day five of the Single Moms Level Up Challenge. And again, I do this challenge in celebration of my mom, because my mom was a single mom, and I'm just going to kind of chit chat and kind of review a little bit. Gives people some time to jump in, because I know they're being notified that we're on live. By the way, if you hear this beep 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 in the back, that's the backup battery to my Wi-Fi, to my Wi-Fi signal. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you about that in a minute. But that's what that is. I'm gonna tell you about it in a minute. But let me just finish what I was saying. Was that I don't even know what I was saying. That's terrible. It's not it's not part of my notes. But anyway, it's day 5 of the Single Moms Level Up Challenge, and what I was saying was that I do this challenge in celebration of my mom. My mom's birthday is in September, and I do this in celebration of her, um, because I used to have such a hard time in the month of September when my mom's birthday came around, but now I have come to a point where I could celebrate her and who she was to me. She was my hero, y'all. She was my hero because she could do anything. She'd get up on the roof and patch the roof because it was leaking. I've seen her do that. She's done yard work. She did some landscaping, and she brought in these railroad ties and made a raised garden, raised flower bed in our front yard. She did that. She had some trees planted in the back. She planted um, a nectarine tree, and then she had a lemon tree also in the backyard. And they both actually produced fruit. Um, they both went away, I think, because of the raccoons and possums and field rats and stuff got to them, and so they didn't last very long. But I do remember those. But my mom was a really good gardener. She was a good cook. She was a very good entertainer. She liked, or I'm going to assume that she liked doing these things. I found out much later, after she passed away, that um, some of these things she just did because she had to, or and some of them she was doing because that's what she was good at. So my mom was really good at entertaining. People always had such a good time when my mom would throw these entertaining parties where her and her friends would get together. Of course, I would be there because I was the youngest child. My sister may or may not be there. This is just from my memories. And just my mom was just seemed to be able to do anything. She would learn something and do it. She would learn it and do it, learn it and do it. As far as explaining what she was doing, because I was a child and she was an adult, she didn't do that too much. So I just watched and saw the things that she did, not totally understanding why she was doing it until I had my own house and my own kids. And then I get it. Your parents can't tell you everything. They really can't cover and tell you everything. Um, so let me talk about this beep beep beep. Okay. So yesterday I was having, hey Kelly, thank you for joining live. So yesterday I was talking about and was frustrated with the fact that my laptop just wasn't working right, and I was on my phone, and so the camera was bouncing and moving everywhere because the tripod uh, would not stay in the landscape mode. It just doesn't do that very well. Um, uh, yeah, not with this phone, because the phone's a little, where the knobs and things are in a different spot, so it's heavier on one side, so it won't stay. So my picture was all bouncing everywhere, but thank God I was still able to do the live yesterday in spite of that and the technical difficulties. But let me tell you what those technical difficulties were all about. I caused that myself. That was caused by me. It was user error. So the user error was this, and I'm just gonna flat out tell on myself. I'm just gonna be real and be open about it. I neglected to pay the wireless bill, and so it was past due. And so when these wireless companies or phone companies or whatever you call them now, communication companies, when you pass due on their bill, what they'll do is they'll slow down your service, they'll slow down your internet, then they'll turn off the internet, then they'll slow down your cable, and that's them trying to get your attention to remind you that your bill is due. And they do that just before your bill is due, and then afterwards, that's when they start cutting stuff off slowly, and then eventually they'll cut it off completely and charge you a reconnect. But yeah, so I neglected to pay the bill, and that's why his stuff was rolling super slow. And I was like, what is going on? So I figured it out probably about 15 minutes before I came on. It's crazy, but I figured that out about 15 minutes before I came on. I was like, okay, what is happening? Why is it telling me I don't have internet service? And I'm looking over at the tower and all the lights are on. So usually when they cut you off, one of the lights is off, basically telling you, or red, telling you, hey, your service has been cut off. So I hadn't gotten to the point where they were going to where they cut it off, but I was in that suspension mode. So because it disconnected, the backup battery um, knows that something's wrong. And so because something's wrong, now it's going to sit there and beep, beep, beep until I reset it. How do I reset it? I have to unplug it. They don't make the particular backup battery that I have. I don't even know that they make backup batteries anymore for your cable or communication box, whatever you call it. But I don't know that they make backup batteries anymore, because I did try to call them and tell them that, hey, it's doing this, and that. And they said that that battery doesn't exist anymore. You'd have to buy a new one. And that new one was a ridiculous price. I was like, you don't lost your mind. So I was like, never mind, it's all good. So what most people don't know is that generally, like with laptops, phones, whatever, every now and then it needs to be rebooted, and not just a soft reboot. It needs a hard reboot so that it can reset itself. The hard reboot for that thing over there, unplug it. So, I unplug it, but of course that means that there's no TV watching, there's no using the Wi-Fi. It has to be unplugged for the whole night. And then I plug it up in the morning, and then it's reset and reboots itself, and it's back to being all good, you know, until we have a storm or something and the power gets knocked out. But that's such as life in the South. But I'm telling that story because of this reason, because the subject and topic for today or tonight is this. It It's finances. It's Finance Friday, aka multiple streams of income. So finances are something that I myself have not been good at it consistently. I'm at times I'm good at it, and then somewhere I kind of fall off, and then I come back. That's kind of how I've been. I just kind of fall off and then come back. Um, so I in 2020 when we had that big downtime, I came to realize that I did not and have financial literacy. I didn't completely understand finances. I only understood, okay, I pay my monthly bills, but as far as investing, I didn't totally understand that. Um, my credit score, I understood that, but didn't understand how to maintain it, um, and how to, yeah, basically, I didn't understand how to maintain it. Um, um, some other things like um, proper saving. I didn't understand the why behind that. Um, I mean, I understood it in general, but there was just some things I didn't understand completely. And if I don't understand it completely, how am I going to be able to do it successfully? So I went in 2020. In 2019, I had joined a financial community, and it was financial education community, and it was this couple that go by His and Her Money, and they're on YouTube as well. And this couple paid off a 30-year mortgage in 5 years. I was like, that I'm not even totally financially literate, and I knew that was a big deal. I was like, how the frick did you pay that off in 5 years? So so I joined their community, and even though it's a his and her money, they do help single moms or single people, I should say, not just necessarily single moms, but they help single people. And I was introduced to uh, some single moms that had some budgeting things that they use, the envelope methods. There's a couple that uses different bank accounts. You know, they have several bank accounts for different things. There was also, as far as investments, that's where Mamas Talk Money or Smart Money Mamas. Chelsea, I was introduced to her and attended her summit and was like, "Wow, look at all these things that I wasn't aware of, that I could do and be doing, and set myself and my children and leave legacy for my children like my mom did for me and my kids." So I thought that was interesting, and enlightening. My mind, my eyes were just open, and like the shields were taken off, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, there's so much stuff I didn't know." So finances, especially for single moms, can be very tight, can be very frustrating, can be a pay Peter to or a steal from Peter to pay Paul type situation. It can be really rough. Something that I have learned, and that somebody had told me, who is a financial coach, and that is a friend of mine by the name of Penelope Lachon, um, who I think she just opened her company. Let me see if I can remember it correctly. I think it's Bush Financial Services, something to that effect. She's on the resource page that I'm going to drop in the group tonight after the session. But she is a financial literacy coach, and so I follow her on Instagram, and she said that we have multiple bills, so why not have multiple sources of income, multiple streams of income to pay those bills. I was like, what? That made sense to me. It's interesting how sometimes somebody could say something to you and it's like, what? That doesn't make sense. But then somebody else says, like the same thing or something similar to it, and then whoa, it makes sense. It's just like that. So finances are something that are something that I'm learning. Something that I'm learning, and I have some resources. Like I said, the resource page that I have that I'm going to drop in the group, and uh, using what's in your hand already is generally what will help us to have multiple streams of income. So, what's in our hand the majority of our time is our cell phone. It's our cell phone. You know what I'm saying? It's our cell phone. I would grab mine, but it's on a tripod right here. But our cell phone is in our hand the majority of the time. Use that to help make a stream of income for yourself. There's several ways to do that. There is this lady that I just was introduced to and met her online, and she's actually here in Houston and from California, where I'm from as well. But she was from Northern California. I'm from Southern California in LA, and she's in the was in the San Francisco area, I believe. But she talks about how to do make digital products that you could sell to people and make income. There's ways for you to do that, and then you could also have do dispatching services for truck driving. That's a transportation industry that's really hot right now, because the truck drivers are having um, uh, I think the truck drivers can't keep up with the amount of loads that they need to do, and then the people that need truck drivers to take their loads for transportation to wherever can't seem to get enough drivers, which is causing a slowdown in a lot of production. It's causing a slowdown in lead times for us getting products and things that we need. So the trucking and transportation industry has gotten so huge. They need dispatchers. So there's Alex Good Energy. I've been following him on social media. I've been watching him since for a while, and he's done such a good job with growing his business. And he talked about how he failed in his business miserably and had to start all over again. And so he went back, got some education, talked to some people that were successful, found some better systems and tools to use, and built his business. And now it is booming to the point that he's actually teaching classes and teaching the techniques and everything to other people, and pulling in multiple streams of income, as well as he has his own trucking business and dispatch business, and he doesn't drive trucks. He doesn't drive trucks at all, but he's making very good money in the transportation business. So that's something to think about as well. So for me, using what's in my hand, what I did was I started out with just kind of practicing stuff. I didn't realize that's what I was doing. But back in 2020, I was doing a daily. During the pandemic, I was doing a daily, showing people things and interior design philosophies, techniques, and why we do this and why we do that, and to help people to have their homes look like an interior designer came and did their homes. And I have an interior design degree, a bachelor's degree, and over 20 years of experience in interior design in all different phases and facets of it. And so I did that for about 45 days. 45 days, maybe more. But I did that on Facebook with my the people that were in my Facebook group, and I did that, and I posted that for them. And I didn't realize how many people were watching and how much it was helping people until I stopped. Yeah. Well, I stopped because I got a job, so I couldn't. Did I stop? I don't remember why I stopped. Actually, I stopped, yeah, because I was starting a new venture for work, and doing my own business and trying to elevate my own business and everything. And my interior design business, I started getting jobs with that, so I had to focus on that. And so I kind of let that go. But there's many ways for us to make different sources of income. We can get side jobs that we can do from home. Yes, I know we don't have enough time as it is, but we could do things of that sort. Um, think about think about things that you're good at. Think about things that people always tell you, man, I wish I could do that. That's so easy. And in your mind, you're going, man, that's it, they said you make it look so easy. And you're like, it is, to you, but to them, it's not. That may be something that you can offer as a service to somebody else. Something else that you could do is become friends with your neighbors. You never know; they may need something. They may need a ride to the doctor, and they pay you. So maybe you could start a business, riding the elderly people in your neighborhood to the doctor, and that do that for your neighbors and in your neighborhood, and take them to the doctor, and they pay you a fee for taking you to the doctor. That was something that I was getting ready to start just before I got my job, because I didn't know what else to do. And so I was going to charge like $100, to take people to the doctor, sit there, wait for them, and then take them back home. So $100 for every trip. And so one of my neighbors needed some help, and that's how that idea came up, and that's what he decided to pay me. So he decided to pay me, and I was like, wow, that's a lot of money, and why am I getting paid $100 to do this? But it was my time. My time. You don't get your time back. And I said, you know what? I found out I'm good soil. I'm good, a good place to plant seeds like that, where you pay me for my time. I get paid for my time when I'm at work. The jobs that I usually work, I get paid roughly $100 or more an hour, or $100 or more a day. I'm sorry, not an hour, but a day. I do I probably should be there now, but I get paid $100 or more a day. That's not really that much money. So I was like, why not be paid that amount if it's going to really take up about half my day, to drive somebody somewhere. It's gonna take gas. Um, it's gonna take some gas, and then to sit there and wait for them to be done with their appointment and then come back home. So I was like, okay, well, I'll accept that. I'll accept that, and that was something that I had to learn to do, was to accept that I am good soil. And I'm saying good soil because seed is put into soil, and what grows from that seed can be a huge harvest. They say that oak trees have small seeds, and they come from, I think, acorns. I'm not sure, but trees have small seeds, and they grow to be so much bigger and have so much more fruit that they can give and feed other people. And that's what we're here on earth to do, is to help other people with the excess of what we have. So know that you're good soil, single mom. You are good soil. Let somebody plant in you if they're willing to plant in you. Allow them to plant seeds in for you, into you, so that you can do better for yourself, and use that seed to invest in yourself, in some things that you can do, that come easy for you but may be hard for somebody else. um, and write a list of things that people say you are good at. That's the assignment for tonight. Even though this is day 5, this is the assignment I'm going to ask for you to do tonight, is to write a list of things that people say you are good at. Write a list of those things, and see what, go online and go to your friend Google. We all go to Google, and search jobs that have to do with those things that come simple and easy to you. Find out which one of those that you could do from home. Find out which one of those will work with you, having your 9 to 5 job, your regular job, and still do that. Who knows, that can end up being your business. Um, uh, single moms, I believe, are in training to be CEOs. And a CEO does not necessarily have to own their own company. Being a CEO is a mindset. It's a mindset. It's all in our minds. It's the way that we make decisions quickly. It's the way that we use our resources. It's the way that we plan. It's the way that we steward and manage our money. It's the way that we do things in every area of our lives, in our personal lives, in our spiritual lives, in our physical bodies. It is the way that we do things in our relationships, and it's the way that we do things in our finances. Out of those things are what's in your hand, and we need to take care of them, nurture them, um, pay attention to them, keep our focus on them, and realize that we're not in comparison to anybody else. The only person you're comparing yourself to is the person that we were yesterday. I was going to say last night, but yesterday. Who we were yesterday, that's our only comparison. We can only compare ourselves to ourselves because nobody else is like us. Nobody else has what we have. Nobody else has our personality. Nobody else has our fingerprints. We are the only people that we can compare ourselves to because that's the only person that can stand up to comparison to us. Um, uh, because yeah, that's just what life is. We need to stop comparing ourselves to other people, in which we shame ourselves because we're not like somebody else, and accept ourselves for who we are and how we are, and what we can give and serve to other people and help other people out with it. So know that it doesn't matter if nobody says that you're good soil or nobody says you're good. You are good. What you think and what you answer and what we answer to, what we think and what we answer to is what matters. So we don't have to answer to what people may say about us as single moms. We don't have to answer to that. And we don't have to acknowledge it. We can just go on about our ways and do as we do as single moms, and we make it work. We make it work just like I did yesterday. Just like I did yesterday. Things weren't working out. It ended up being something that I did not do correctly because I didn't pay the bill. I didn't pay the bill, so it ended up being something like that. But still, I made it work. I made a decision that I was going to be committed. I got my cell phone out. I got my tripod out, and even though the tripod would not hold my phone still correctly and everything was bouncing everywhere, I still pushed through regardless of the fact that I was very uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable doing that, but I pushed through, made it through that whole 30-minute session, and was able to do a lot just from my phone, just from my cell phone. um, there's things where you can type up manuscripts, you could type up, send letters out, you could do that as well. You could be a virtual assistant, and sometimes that virtual assistant, you could do that outside of your work hours from your job. But there's a lot of things that we can do as single moms to produce and make other streams of income to come in, so that we're not depending on just one. Because if we're just depending on just one income, then that makes us more fragile. And if that job goes away, then what do we do if the job goes away? Or what do we do if they cut hours? What do we do? Which is why we need to have multiple streams of income. Hey, you could even also sell makeup. You could sell makeup. You could sell beauty products. You could do sell eyelashes. You could sell nails. You could do pedicures. You could do a walking club with single moms in your neighborhood. whatever. You could do all these things and provide these services for people that just don't have the time to do it. But if it was done for them, they would do it. If the format was placed out for them, they would get it done. There's so much that we could do, single moms, and because we are single moms, we're capable and we are able because we are in the training, and we get this training with our kids that no one else gets, other than, and I'm not just going to say single moms, single parents have this training because everything's on us. We have to do all these things and make these changes on a split. Hey, this in life change, I need to, what am I going to do now? And so we make these life changes quickly, and we become very resilient, and we can become financially stable. We can be emotionally stable. We can do self-care. We can do self-love and check in on ourselves and make sure we're okay. And if we're not, and we can't work it out through journaling or taking our focus back to the 5 areas, pillars, or pillars of our lives, or building blocks of our lives, if we can't go back to those and get ourselves back on track, then go get some help. Outside of ourselves, therapy is, it's okay to have a therapist. It's okay to go see a counselor if that's what we need to get ourselves back on track. So day 5 was about finances, y'all. And we need to get some multiple streams of income because we got multiple bills. And those streams of income can come from a lot of different places. And we could do that now, and we could also do that for later as well. If you're planning on retiring, retirement, or whatever else that you want to do later on in life as you get older, or if you want to leave a legacy for your kids and your grandkids, that's something to think about as well. So I will drop the resource page in there. It's got a whole lot of good things in there, some books, some financial connections, some job opportunities are on there that you can do from home. um, there's a lot on there. So it's a running list. So yes, if you look at just the top portion that gets posted, that the little caption that it shows you, it's going to look like it's the same list, just with a different picture on top, but it is a running list. I keep adding to the list. So know that happens. So thank you so much, single moms, for watching live, and those that are watching replays on Single Moms Level Up YouTube channel, or if you're watching live or watching replays in the Single Moms Club on Facebook, the private Facebook group. I thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. Share this. Give your biggest takeaways. Use the tools and resources to help you level up. And leveling up is just changing our mindset. Getting up higher so that we can get a better view of what's going on and a better understanding of what's going on, so that we can level up our lives, so that we can be the best single moms that we can be in every area of our lives. So let's go from just surviving to, let's go from just surviving to CEOs through self-care, self-love, and self-education. Hashtag Single Moms Level Up. See y'all next time. So the replays will be up until Tuesday. So if you want to binge watch this weekend, you can do that. It's about 2.5 hours. So it's basically the length of a movie. That will give you an opportunity to be to be entered to win the Single Moms Queen Kit. So that will help you with that. Of course, if you like, or if you put your biggest takeaways in the comments, and if you share, that helps out even more to give you an opportunity for the Single Mom Queen Kit. There are no strings attached to that Queen Kit. It's just me wanting to give a gift to a top contributor during the challenge, whether it's in the challenge or outside the challenge, just as long as it's in the group. You have an opportunity to be called out as the top contributor, and a Single Mom Queen Kit be given to you it's free. It's free for you, and it's a box of goodies that I found. and also a journal in there. So it's for some self love and some self care, all in a box to help you to get those things started. So much love. I just went a little bit long because this is the fifth day and the last official day of the challenge. On Tuesday, I will do the giveaway for the Single Mom Queen Kit. And of course, the rules are you have to be a member of the Single Moms Club private Facebook group, which is free. There's no charge for that. You have to be a member of that in order to be entered to win. You also have to not have won a Single Mom Queen Kit in the past 90 days. And then what helps you to win is what I told you earlier. So have a great day, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this whole 5-day challenge. If you did not get to see anything, the replays are in the guides section of the Single Moms Queen Kit. Of course, if you're on the Single Moms Level Up YouTube channel, you could see the days on there. I did do something differently. I neglected to label day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just labeled the just call them the Single Moms Level Up Challenge, and I didn't label the days. I don't know what I was thinking, but that's how it went out. And but the replays are there, and feel free to watch them. Feel free to share. And I'm getting a phone call. It is my daughter. I got to go, y'all. Much love. Hashtag Single Moms Level Up. Bye. Hello. Hold on. Hold on a minute.